Welcome to another episode and another edition of Just My Opinion podcast. How you living? I'm living swell. I was intending on doing this live stream later on this afternoon, but I figured let me just go ahead and relay the news as it turns out as far as today. Unless something new is uncovered, I will do another live stream later on this evening. But from what I gathered and from what I Googled, nothing really pretty much has changed. And ex-NFL star Earl Thomas is out, is flee a situation. Now, so basically, Earl Thomas, for all those who've been living under a rock, allow your boy to explain, was a great defensive player, played on the Legion of Doom, as well as signed, when he left the Legion of Doom, signed a contract with the Baltimore Ravens, and been in and out of the news as far as, as a free agent. The possibility was released from Baltimore a couple of seasons ago, and there have been rumors surfacing about the possibility of him signing with the Dallas Cowboys, but he's got a lot of off the field issues that he has to, have to take responsibility of and get those things cleared out of the air. And be perfectly honest with you guys, I think his NFL career is over with. Okay, he's on the other side of 30. Not a lot of teams are going to deal with him because of the off the field issues. Now, these things have been stemming pretty much throughout the majority of his career, but a lot of stuff that really is plaguing him and hampering him as far as pursuing an NFL career is, I remember a couple of years ago, and I remember doing a video about this, that Earl Thomas had a jump off with a few of his friends. They rented an Airbnb, and his wife tracked him down at the jump off and pointed a weapon at his temple, at his dome. And it's amazing how she has not gotten severely punished because of that. I think in large portion of Earl Thomas really didn't testify on her or put any pressure on her as far as legal action or legal ramifications. And basically, he was in the news because of that. Now comes word that he's in the news for all the wrong reasons, sending threatening texts and messages to his ex-wife. They're going through a divorce, and his ex-wife has just moved on, found herself a new man, and Earl Thomas has sent a lot of threatening messages to his ex-wife, talked about doing harm to his wife, talking about that he purchased 2 firearms, and talking about doing harm to the kids. And now the police are after Earl Thomas, and Earl Thomas has fled. I tell you guys, you might as well just face up and confess and face the music and turn yourself in, because you can only flee for so long. And I did a live stream talking about Vicky White fleeing with her secret lover. I think his name is Clyde White. No relation. They're not related by any stretch of the imagination. And they was only gone for a couple, I think almost 2 weeks. And they finally got captured yesterday. And that was with a lot of planning and a lot of and a lot of planning and just being ahead of the game. I don't strike Earl Thomas as the type of individual. Hello? I don't perceive Earl Thomas the type of individual that planned this ahead of time. I think all of this is reacting to the latest news around his ex-wife. She has moved on with her life and found her a new man. And Earl Thomas is just not having it. And he's emotionally going through this, and he has not only jeopardized his NFL career, and I feel like in large portion his NFL career was already was already in retirement phase, and he should have been possibly thinking about life after football. Maybe join one of these big networks or form a podcast or whatever. He had the capability to do that uh, and just move on to his second life. Particularly with him and his wife. Obviously, these guys can't be in the same room, and obviously, these guys can't, be a couple again because of a lot of things she has done in the relationship and a lot of things that he has done in the relationship. But I feel like this is the straw that broke the camel back of him sending threatening messages to his ex-wife, and talked about branding a firearm and suggesting poisoning her and threatening the kids, and all this is just a sad turn of events. And Earl, I feel like he should just simply turn himself in instead of being out on the run, because eventually the long arm of the law is going to capture you, and it's going to be worse for you than better for you if you just go ahead and just turn yourself in now. Now, his attorney / agent issued a statement, and basically in this statement, he has no knowledge of what Earl Thomas is doing. He don't know where he's at, but he is cooperating with the law. I'll be honest with you guys. I feel like the best case scenario for Earl Thomas is possibly spending some of his life in prison, and the worst case scenario is him fighting it with law enforcement, refusing to turn himself in, and that's pretty much it for him. But as far as his future in the NFL, I feel like his future in the NFL was when he got released by the Baltimore Ravens. There were no takers for Earl Thomas. There were a lot of suggestions that he may land here, he may land there. Even Jerry Jones, how desperate Jerry Jones is, he didn't want to. He didn't want to put any type of bids or offers as far as signing him to the Dallas Cowboys. And I don't know how much talent he has left. And at that particular time, he was struggling somewhat in Baltimore. He wasn't the same player like he was with the Legion of Boom in his later years in Baltimore. But there was a lot of people that were throwing out these massive rumors about the possibility of him joining the Dallas Cowboys. I really did not see it. I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan, and I just didn't see it because of the baggage he already possessed, even suggesting him going to the Dallas Cowboys. About him, it was a lot of, not only the incident with his wife, where his wife tracked him down and had a weapon pointed at his head, that really hurt him, as well as him being a bad teammate to other teammates. He really has an attitude, and his ability to not cooperate with others. I think that's another reason why the Baltimore Ravens just simply just released him. Even they'll tolerate you long enough, but once your behavior and the actions that you do on and off the field is more severe than what you bringing to the organization, which is your talent and what you can do for a team as far as being successful, when they'll tolerate you until it gets to the point where, okay, you're more harm than good. And the Baltimore Ravens let him go. And at that time, Isaac Newsom was the GM. So it's a clear set of events for Earl Thomas. I wish he just simply just turned himself in and work out some type of agreement with law enforcement. Like I said, he's going to spend some, if not all of his life in prison, and then he just simply just move on after that. To be honest with you, he should have moved on from this female, because obviously they have a relationship where they're not communicating at the same level. And anytime you have violent have temper issues, anger issues, and then the incident with him and his wife pointed a weapon at his dome. I just feel like there's some parts there's sometimes you have to stand up and just say, okay, this is not good, not only for me, but it's not good for you as far as being in a relationship with you. And I really think Earl Thomas was trying to mend the fences with his wife. And one of the steps he took was not to press charges to his wife. And I don't know if it's a situation where his wife is playing games with him. I don't know if it's the type of situation where he's a controlling type of individual, and probably utilize her troubling issues, particularly with her pointing a weapon at his head. He probably used that as ammo to keep the thumb on her, and probably also, controlled her emotionally, talking about, well, there's no other guy that's going to deal with you. And she and from what I have read, she simply just moved on. I feel like both of them should move on and do separate things. Still take care of the kids. Nothing wrong with taking care of the kids, taking care of your responsibilities. But as far as you guys being a couple, being a married couple, those days are behind you guys. I just don't think you guys are. And I'm trying to be real. I'm not trying to be ugly about it, but I feel like you two guys are not good together in a relationship. And you have kids, and you should be co-parenting. And she has her life and you have your life, and life goes on. But I feel Earl Thomas should also, and I also feel like he should come to the realization that his life to go back, to make a comeback and come back into the NFL, that wasn't going to work as well. I think the production, he wasn't the same Earl Thomas that he was. I don't know why I kept calling him Thompson. It's Earl Thomas, but he's not the same individual that he was when he was with the Legion of Doom. The first few years with the Baltimore Ravens, he's just not that guy no more. And I just think, to be perfectly honest with you, he should have been thinking about his future when he got released from Baltimore, or even before he got released from Baltimore. He should have, put his energy and put his time and attention into something else, as far as a second life, a second career, and utilize his football connections and his talent and his intelligence of knowing the X's and O's. Maybe he could have went into one of the two big networks or just did his own thing. But Earl Thomas, he's still on the run. He's still out there. And I just feel like it's only a matter of time until the authorities catch up to him. So, it is what it is. But guys, that's all I got for today, to be honest with you. I really don't have anything left on the plate to discuss about. By the way, if y'all want to do a quick rundown on yesterday's games, the Golden State Warriors took full command over the Memphis Grizzlies. They have a 3-1 lead, and I think it's over for the Memphis Grizzlies. Even when they get Ja Morant back, all they have to do is win one game, and the Memphis Grizzlies will have to win a couple of games to even make it interesting. The Boston Celtics, even their series with the Milwaukee Bucks, Al Horford, 30 points off the bench. That's extraordinary. And when you got a combination of players who can help your team as far as scoring or defense, that's a blessing. And a lot of people are underestimating the Boston Celtics bench. They have some talented players on that bench, and a lot of people don't really talk about the Boston Celtics bench. So that did not surprise me, and I figured we was going to get an Al Horford sighting at least once in this series, okay? And if you look at the 76ers and the Miami Heat, they even their series, and now it's all about who wants it the most. Do Miami want it more than the 76ers, or do the 76ers want it more than Miami? That's basically how that's going to end in that particular series. And even the Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks, they evened. So Luka Doncic, and he found scoring in other places. If they can continue to do that, the Dallas Mavericks can mess around and win and steal this series from the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns still hasn't gotten a consistent effort from the others. Crawford has been, pretty much non-existent. I think he needs to have a moment like Al Horford did for the Boston Celtics. I forgot the young kid that's the power forward. I forgot his last name. I do apologize, but that just shows. And he's been low key undercover. He hasn't contributed to the Phoenix Suns. I mean, Booker has been contributing as well as Chris Paul, but they're going to need the others to help them. So yeah, that's pretty much what's been transpiring in the world of basketball. But in case y'all haven't heard, breaking news, this just came down the news wire. Earl Thomas is in a lot of trouble, and he just need to turn himself in. There are some there's an article that pointed out why he's in trouble, of sending threatening messages to his wife about their kids, as well as doing harm to her, because she has simply moved on, found someone else. And hey, I told you guys the last video, and I made it on this particular channel, about the history between him and his wife. And I'll be honest with you, when you're in a relationship, a toxic environment or a toxic relationship like that, where it is, you have said and done things to your significant other, I think it's best for you to move on and find someone else and just get out of that relationship. I don't care if you male or female. You should find someone that can make you happy. Obviously, when the incident a couple of years ago, where he was doing a jump off with his friends with some other females, that should have that should give you red flags. And she tracked him and almost he almost lost his life that day. And if that's not a sign from God, I don't know what is. That should just tell you, okay, this is not this is not a great relationship, not only for you but also for me. But yeah, Earl Thomas, they are looking for you, my guy. And I know he don't listen to my type of podcast. I know he don't listen to my podcast. He's not a subscriber of my podcast. But if my voice can reach him, which I highly doubt it, I think it's best for Earl Thomas to just turn himself in, face the music, and face the consequences that's going to be levied on Earl Thomas. So that's all I got for today, guys. Tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. Please support the channel by hitting the subscription button and notification bell. Share this content with your friends, family, and followers. Like I told you guys in the last live stream, I'm gonna do more brand new episodes of Just My Opinion podcast. I forgot what episode we're on, but we're gonna start them and crank them up next week. I'm probably gonna do 2 or maybe 3 of them to get caught up from last week and and this week. So I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces, okay? Deuces.